So Dynamite this week was I wasn't feeling Dynamite this week, to be honest. I know people saying you haven't been reviewing Dynamite on your channel for the last few weeks. The fact of the matter is I just been watching. I want to watch it as a fan without actually critiquing it as a guy that's going to review it later on. I just want to like critique it, and but I saw this show this week and I watched it last night. And just some of the booking decisions, some of the things that was on the show, I needed to address with AEW. So we started the first match. Now we had the IWGP US title match. It was a good opener, Moxley versus Nakado, whatever his name was. This was a really good opening match. Um, Moxley retains his belt and gets the win. Um, then we have the Inner Circle backstage, and they're basically Sam Guevara, Jake Hager, Santana are basically talking about they're basically going to bury the Inner Circle. And at that point, I was thinking maybe they're going to have like a Buried Alive match or something similar to that. Um, and then we have a Cody Rhodes segment, and he's basically having up his match with Anthony Ogogo, and talks about that the winner is going to have crowd fans in the they're going to have a full capacity of fans in the arena, which is great. And he talks about his kid and whatever. So that was that. Then we have SCU versus the Young Bucks. Now, I did like the video package with Daniels and Kazarian before the match, but I did see on the BTE YouTube channel that one of the Young Bucks, Matt Jackson, did a video package talking about their history. Why was this not on your YouTube channel? Well, on your television show. Um, here's what I don't get with AEW. Like, here's you're trying to get people emotionally invested into this SCU Young Bucks and them being a heel. So why would you have this video package on your YouTube channel when you get a fraction of that? You get more than that in your television audience. You get over like 1 million views or maybe more. Like, why are you saying that on your YouTube channel when more eyes and more people are going to be watching it on your television show, and not and you're making it harder for a casual fan because a casual fan's going to go to BTE and find out episodes and find out why these guys are feuding instead of actually keeping it simple and actually making, oh, this is why we're feuding, this is why we're feuding, this is why X, Y, and Z and whatever, and that's why we're feuding, instead of this whole it was on BTE just because it's laziness and whatever. You get more views on your TV show than you do on your YouTube channel. So why would you put that video package on your YouTube channel? But it was a typical Young Bucks SEU match. Young Bucks get the win, and I want to talk about this whole thing about AEW and them using blood in the match. Now, I'm not saying don't use blood in matches, but like use it in moderation, because the fact of the matter is, if you're using it too much in stupid matches like this match, SCU versus the Young Bucks, it didn't need blood in the match. It sold itself as a match that these four people were like, these four guys were friends, and SCU didn't like how the Young Bucks had been hanging around Kenny Omega and whatever. But you added blood to this match, and it's not just this match, it's other matches. Not every match needs blood to actually make it a good match or make it a good story. You can have great matches and great stories. Prime example I'm going to make Owen Hart versus Bret Hart at SummerSlam 1994. Didn't have blood in it, but it was Owen Hart, Bret Hart, two brothers, and you know what I mean. It doesn't need blood to actually make the feud better. Sometimes you may need to, maybe blood is. I'm not saying that ban blood and blood's whatever, but if you want blood, then have it in moderation. Have it when you think you need it, instead of actually just having it week in, week out. Because if you have it like that, then a lot of things you're doing, a lot of every match is going to have blood in it, and it really devalues the whole thing of having blood in the matches. Just because you're TV 14 and just because WWE bans blood or fines the wrestlers for having blood doesn't mean that you have to have blood in every single match just so you can prove a point to WWE. Um, then we have Eddie Kingston and Moxley, they're trashing the Elite locker room. Then we have basically the Elite challenge Kingston and Mox to a tag match. Then we have Christian and Matt Seidel. They are basically he's saying that he's going to be in a battle royal. They set up a match with Dynamite. Then Orange Cassidy and Pac fight for the number contest match for the AEW World Title. Kenny comes out. It's a whatever. Screw the ass finish. Then Tony Schiavone says it's going to be a triple threat match. Double or nothing. So why the hell did you have to waste people's time for this fucking number contenders match if the ultimate goal is going to be a fucking triple threat match? Oh. Then we have the MJF Pinnacle segment, and he's basically saying that he's the demo god. He defeated the former demo god, which was Chris Jericho. He made the Chris Jericho surrender and whatever. Then basically he says that the Inner Circle are not going to have a match again. This was 2 seconds later. And then Jericho comes out with the Inner Circle and the beer bath, and he sprays them, which I didn't mind it. And then 2 minutes later, MJF is like, "Oh, you want your match? You can have your match, but if you're gonna have a Stadium Stampede match, and your match is gonna be if Inner Circle win, they'll lose in the match, then they're disbanded. They're gone from AEW." Then we had a Britt Baker. Britt Baker did an interview with JR. I thought that this was she was hyped up for a match with Shida for the women's title. I thought this was a good interview from Britt Baker. Anytime that Britt Baker is on television, you know it's going to be great, and she just did a great way of selling it here. And then I hope that the one thing that she is going to be the women's champion, because we need to put the title on Britt Baker. She is the girl right now in that women's division that should be built around, like I said before, if Kenny Omega actually knows how to build this women's division, girls like Britt Baker and Jade Cargill and all these other girls that you have, Red Velvet, maybe Penelope Ford, and all these other girls, instead of doing it on Sheeta, nothing against Sheeta or Rio and all these other girls, but they're not ready to actually build a women's division around just yet. Thunder Rosa was in a squash match. Then we had the Jade Cargill segment, and basically all these guys are trying to sign her up to if they're going to be her manager, like Matt Hardy, the former lawyer of MJF. And then we had the main event of the night, the TNT title on the line. It was Darby Allin versus Miro. This was a good main event. Miro gets the win because Sting got attacked by Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. Miro is your new TNT champ. So everybody that was saying, "Oh my God, AEW has ruined Miro," whatever you were saying a couple months ago. Well, I hope you're eating your words, because a few months later, all you guys on the internet going, "Oh, WWE, AEW has ruined Miro. He's just gonna be just like Rusev, but he's just gonna have his real name, which is Miro." Which you're ultimately not forgetting. You're forgetting the actual big picture here, that here's Miro, who's left WWE. He was Rusev. He's establishing himself as Miro. He's now gained finally creative freedom. He's now being able to express himself without actually have to approve angles and ideas and storylines to Vince. He's his own guy who's a part of creative now, and now he's the TNT champion. So for everybody that was saying, "Oh, Miro's getting ruined in AEW," they're trying to find the right character and the right persona and the right angle for Miro. So anybody that people want to bitch on, they just instantly react to things on the internet and stuff like that. But anyway, that's my review on AEW, guys.